Okay. I think we got everything now. Probably make this a little bit bigger, actually. Alrighty. So what is up, everybody? Drufus here again, and a few days ago when they did the free prism shard, I was able to pull Vestele Riverthorn off of my free-to-play account, and dude, she has blown me away. I did not expect her to hit the way she does. And her ratings, I mean, she's got a 5 in arena offense, defense, campaign, faction wars, 4.9 in Hydra and Demon Lord, another 5 in Minotaur, which anyone could be a 5 in Minotaur, but 4.9 in Chimera, 4.9 Iron Twin, just everything across the board is 4.9 or 5 with the exception of a Fire Knight, which I'm kind of surprised that they didn't go ahead and give her a 4.9 out of 5 in Fire Knight because she brings counterattack on a double hit or A1, so it's a quad hit. But regardless, her kit is Raging River, attacks one enemy twice, before attacking has a 50% chance of removing all buffs from the target, has a 100% chance to steal all buffs instead if the skill is not used on the champion's turn, and this effect cannot be resisted by targets whose attack is equal to or lower than this champion. Also, will ignore 5% of the target's defense per buff on this champion. So if she's got 4 or 5 buffs, that's 25% ignore defense on an irresistible steal all buffs if she's counterattacking, and a 50-50 books up to 75% chance on a standard attack. And dude, it hits pretty good. Her A2, Erosive Force, attacks one enemy before attacking, puts a 50% increase attack and a 15% shatter on this champion for 2 turns, will ignore block damage and Stone Skin. All of Stone Skin, not like Onryo Ieyasu where it's like ignores 50% of Stone Skin or any of that. It just flat out ignores Stone Skin. And then grants an extra turn if this attack kills an enemy. If the target survives, she fills the turn meter of your entire team by 30%. And in case anyone is wondering what Shatter does, because I don't remember the exact details, I feel like they always put them at the very bottom. Increase this champion's ignore defense by 15%. So that 15% ignore defense stacks on top of the however many buffs she has percentage. You could get easily 30, 40, 50, if not 50% ignore defense. And then you mix it with Helm Smash, so she's ignored 100% of the defense. Pretty consistently. Or throw in some relics or berries, means Savage Gear, anything. And then finally on the A3, attacks all enemies before attacking, has a 75% chance of placing a 25% weaken on everybody for 2 turns, books up to 100%. This debuff cannot be resisted by targets whose attack is equal to or lower than this champion, will ignore a quarter of each target's defense, places an extra hit on enemies whose attack is equal to or lower than this champion, then puts an unkillable and a counterattack on this champion for 2 turns. Now, it is on a 6-turn book down to 4-turn cooldown. I would like that to be on a 3-turn, but everything else in her kit, it makes up for it. And her passive, phenomenal. Student of the Glakead has a 50% chance to deal 100% more damage against enemies whose attack is equal to or lower than this champion. So half of the time, as long as she has more attacks, she's dealing double damage. Also, this champion receives 30% less damage from enemies whose attack is equal to or lower than this champion, so she takes a third less damage as well. And a little fun fact here, I noticed that it says Student of the Glakead. I wonder if, like, Glakead Meltwater was like her teacher or professor. There's a couple of things in here, like Meltwater Flood, Student of the Glakead, Raging River, Erosive Force. Erosive Force doesn't really correlate to it, but regardless, I'm wondering if she was like a pupil of Glakead Meltwater. I feel like she's better than Glakead Meltwater, but I bet they would pair up very well together. And she does have a lore. Strike with the force of her raging river. Wash away all that is dead or unclean. Bring about the purity of the spring rebirth and slay the forces of decay. Honor that which is blue and green, cold and born anew, the monstra of Vestele Riverthorn. but still was an overconfident teen when she became lost on Mount Starbloom. One early spring snow still coated the unforgiving rock, but the green shoots were emerging, and the first drops of the annual melt were winding away down the slopes. These details meant nothing to the freezing, starving Vestele. Tears ran down the elf's face as she huddled down, teeth chattering, shivering arms wrapped around goose-pimpled legs. Then he came. Glaciad. See, I told you. I knew there was something to do with Glaciad Meltwater. The Prince of the Thaw. With a tap of his staff to her shoulder, Glaciad gave still just enough warmth and strength to escape the mountain. He said not a word to her, but Vestele was changed forever. She had been arrogant and headstrong, dismissive of the warnings and wisdoms of her elders, so confident in her master's blade work she taught herself invincible. This nearly killed her, and Vestele knew it. She became fascinated with Glaciad, her gratitude driving her to seek him out. It took her many years in which she continued honing her warrior skills to offer them to the Prince of the Thaw. They finally crossed paths in the beginning of springtime on the very mountain they had first met. There, Vestele pledged her sword to him. Glaciad neither accepted nor denied. He said nothing, continuing only to tap on the ground with his staff as he strolled, each delicate touch creating a tiny rivulet of meltwater. Vestele had expected a response, but was not deterred. So she followed him and did so for the whole spring, and Glaciad never said a word. At the end of the season, they came to a patch of the mistwood Vestele had never been before. The trees were barren, brown and red, gnarled, barbed, and contorted into ugly, fearsome visages of thorns and teeth. The air smelled of burning and blood. The wind disappeared and fell darkness hung about the place. Vestele could feel it in rhythm. It was angry, frightened, hungry, and rampant. Corrupted, Glaciad said, his voice sounding like sticks striking rocks in a fast-flowing stream. With that, there was a rabid, echoing howling from the deeper in the corrupted woodland. Vestele drew her sword, spring blade, and raised it aloft. She was too young to have fought in the corruption when it arose, but she had never been tested against the mutated remnants that still haunted the regions of the Mistwood. The chimeric beasts that came for them were scorpions and jaguars and centipedes, combined with creatures with claws and fangs and stingers. Each was the size of a mountain ram. Vestele, an eager warrior, always inclined to attack rather than defend, threw herself at them. The creatures were faster than anything she had fought before, and preternaturally agile. They dodged every blow, skittering and leaping aside between trees or even burrowing below ground to avoid them popping up behind her. It took every measure of her focus, quick reactions, and skill just for her to stay alive. She never, ever landed a strike. Weird. Then Glaciad stepped forth. He gestured with his staff to each beast in turn. Everyone was frozen solid. Then he stared at Vestele. She took this to be a sign to finish off their attackers, which she did, shattering them to pieces with the spring blade. Glaciad told her that she had to learn to strike with the force of a raging river to represent a burst of water coming from the melting glacier. Vestele nodded. She became a greater warrior than she ever imagined as the years passed, as cold and as still as an ancient glacier, ready to fight with the fury and speed of a furious torrent at a moment's notice. In that time, she formed bonds with Estrid Dreamsong and Grandope Podrick, and is now recognized as Spring's most capable defender, a warrior ready to defend every sapling as it emerged from the cold ground. In recognition of this, Estrid herself granted Vestele a crown resembling fresh roots, shoots, and a cloak bearing the image of a tree regrowing its leaves. That would be a cool team to put together. Estrid Dreamsong, Grandope Podrick, Vestele, and Glaciad Meltwater. Glaciad Meltwater would give you the Veil and Revives. Estrid would give you more weaken but increased attack and turn meter fill. And who is the last one there? Oh, Grandope Podrick, which would bring ally attack and whatever buff she needed. I wish I had her on my main account, because I have those other three champions. Dude, that would be crazy. But anyways, back to her kit. Apologies for the segue there. She has a base attack of 1729, which is pretty crazy. She has slightly above average speed at 103, 63 on the crit damage. This is my free-to-play, and we don't have the best gear on it. So what we're running is 5.2k attack. We only have 175 crit damage and 258 on the speed. Like I said, not the best stats. but it is enough that she's able to one-shot basically anyone in the arena. And we'll run a few arena fights here just to get warmed up, and then we'll go into live arena. One thing I will say, we've been able to take on teams way above our player power. Even Death Knot teams. Now, she generally is not going to one-shot a Death Knight, but she can get around him and kill the whole party. I guess her 50% double damage didn't proc there. That's why we have Arnorn to come in and finish him off. But I mean, shoot, her A1, even then, like against the Death Knight who she's weak affinity to, did pretty substantial damage. Let's see if this one's any better. The fact that we can't solo out any of these other enemies kind of makes her kit a little bit hard to work around. We'll do it against the champion that's not got Death Knot in the team, and you'll see I can better show what makes her so good. But even regardless, she's still putting out more damage than Arnorn, and I think everybody knows how good Arnorn is. And also, where she's weak affinity to Death Knight, you can't really hold that against her. Here's a team without a Death Knight. So, you literally just pick a champion. We're going to pick Wallmaster. He's gone, 164. And then everybody else is gone. I don't want to keep doing these Death Knot teams. Here's a Nell. Let's get Nell out of here. Ah, she had block damage. It's okay, we can cleanse it off. Let's take Nell's turn away. How did he get an extra turn? That's not cool, man. It'd be all right. Or maybe not. No, it ain't all right. Not off to a great start there. That's kind of disproving my point. Let's cleanse everybody off. Tramaria is another pretty underrated champion. Wait, if her A2 ignores the block damage, how did Nell trigger block damage on that last fight? That doesn't make a lot of sense. We have her ascended and her A2 is booked. And I like her AI. Her AI will use the A2. It's like it knows if it can one-shot an enemy or not, because it'll use the A2 if she can one-shot the enemy. But I've noticed against these Death Knots, she opens with her A3 instead of the A2. So it seems like the AI is predicting whether or not she would kill the Death Knight in one hit or not, which is something you don't really see in champions. Like that's some math that like that you can't predict that. I mean, I don't know. She hits pretty hard against Death Knight as well. She's weak affinity to this whole team with the exception of Wukong. So may not be the best, but we'll try her out. Ah, we should have attacked Pantheon since she ignores Stone Skin on the A2. I didn't even notice that. Can we still? We can stun him. Dude, that Pantheon's tanky. Very tanky. When we do the fusion, like where we can pick a fusion, what are y'all going to be going for? I think I'm going to get Pantheon. He probably won't be my first. I think Cottis would be my first, but then I'm going to go for Pantheon. And the reason for that, I wouldn't recommend everybody go for Pantheon first, but I have a Lazarius and Teox and Donatello that I would like to mix Pantheon into. And I feel like that would just be a really good team. Not to mention how much CC is on this team. Chimeria putting out fears and stuns. Arn can put out a stun if need be. Loki can block active skills. There's a lot of control in this team built into it. There's no reviver and not really a healer. Loki can only single target heal, but it's a pretty tanky team with the exception of Vestele, and there's a lot of CC. Let's go into Lava Arena and see how this pans out. Grab Alice first, because they almost always pick an Alice at this point in the arena. Toshiro, Calbalax. Primaria can cleanse off the Calbalax, but if they've got him built proper, there won't be a chance to cleanse off the poisons. So that's a risk to take. You got lucky on that high platoon. I bet he's invested heavily into her gear. I don't know if we want to ban Predator or Cavalax. I guess Predator and hope that Cavalax is built poorly. Wow. Arn just soloed that whole team. Okay. Might need to turn it into a video about Arn. Arnorn. I don't know why I keep calling him Arn. Well, he just backed out. I guess he didn't want to deal with the Siegfried. We got Inverse and Ezio. We can handle that. Day 5. Feels like we've had this account longer than that, but I guess not. I don't know. That's a lot of blessings right there. Are we going to pull this off? Oh man, we didn't get to pick Girl. Wow. I'm surprised we pulled that off. That's pretty wild. Screenshot that. That Hillby is going to be hard. And there's no burns out either. Of course, we lost it to fear. Fear again. That fear got us. One, dude. Just take your time. Take your time. It is weird that it keeps pairing us against level 100s when we're only 76. He knew to ban Tramaria. I'm surprised you almost never see anybody use Tramaria, but dude, she is a great champion. Damn, that hit. But as long as Maki doesn't evade, we might be able to whop him out. Oh, it's on cooldown. Well, that ain't cool. I don't know if we can pull this off with Loki or not. No, not with that. We're from level 100 to level 60. These power levels are all over the place tonight. Put our talent up. Do they have any? No, they do not have block debuffs. Awesome. That works. 700 points per fight's not bad points either. We got Empress, as usual, but he's not ascended, so maybe they won't have a crazy team. But then again, they might. got a 5-star Hilby to worry about. Make sure he doesn't throw out a Marius before we throw our Gizmek out. Nope, just the turtles. I think Hilby is probably the biggest threat there. Do we strip anything? We got the stone skin off the Embers. Not a lot they can do once Geralt gets her turn. That infected unkillable. Can we one-shot the alien? Yes, we did. Can we one-shot the rest of them? Well, if Ezio would not have invaded, it would have one-shot the whole team. Either way, you see how hard she hits, man. At a 6-star Fabian right out the rip. Ooh. Oh, I've went up against this guy before. Yeah, dude, this team always wrecks me. Very tanky. I ain't been able to get Alisarius off hardly at all tonight. I think she's got banned on every fight. And on Loki. That's shocking. Ooh, that hurt. Yeah, he got me on that one. Let's try swapping out Alice for the monkey. Because if we can keep Loki from getting banned, he'll stay alive long enough for the monkey to get a few turns. Man, this guy always wrecks me. I don't know why it pairs me up with him so much either. How's the Lazarius built? Ooh, nobody ever really cared about Fear back in the day, but like here lately, Fear has been wrecking me. You don't take the precaution to clear it off like you would a stun, and it just you take your chance and then you lose your turn. Whereas like a stun, you would know to like plan around it. A Fear, you always have like that hope that you might get it or that you might get your turn. It's different. It's a whole different animal. Of course. All right, we've lost this one. I don't even think Wukong got a turn that last round. And he just taking all my champions away. At least Gizmat kind of counters Siegfried, so not that big of a deal. But who are we going to pick now? Nick could be a good choice. Oh, the rat bastard. Yeah, we better ban him. Get with these spears, man. God, that can't believe Gerald tanked that well. Only took half damage. Dude, she's tanky, man. Damn, them counterattacks got me on that one. Ew, nasty. We've got to figure out a way to keep Vestele alive long enough to get a turn. Like, if she takes a turn, she one-shots the whole team, but it's like keeping her around long enough to get a turn, because they always hard target her first. Let's try Godseeker. And maybe that Revive One Death passive will keep her alive. Of course, this guy's got to have all mythicals. A scary team right there. Oh, we got a turn. What? I called shenanigans on that. Yeah, what are you doing? You're gonna wreck that Empress, though. That's definitely a screenshot. I know we're not going to deal damage to Leonardo and Empress, but if we get Armons out of there and it account as a hit towards Mercurial, and we can put ally protection out, it should help keep us alive. Or he'll be able to strip everything off. That works too. Let's take Arbiter out. Gonna have enough time trying to keep Torment down. We don't need her reviving him. That lightning cage really comes in handy on Siegfried. Everybody's in stone skin. That's all we can really do there. What? In a way that ignores unkillable. That's lame. Yeah, we've lost that too. Man, we had a horrible streak in LA tonight. But one shot Trunda, one shot everybody else. Here's a team that's 100K higher than mine. One shot Alice, one shot everybody else. One shot Alice. One shot everybody else. One shot Monkey. One shot everybody else. One shot Hope. One shot everybody else. One shot Armons. One shot everybody else. Ooh, they'll outspeed me on that team. They outsped me on that one too, though. One shot Arbiter. One shot everybody else. Damn delay. Kill everybody else. One shot Alice. One shot everybody else. Like, it really is crazy how hard she is. Oh, that ain't good. I'll take that. We needed an easy win. We was getting wrecked. So we one shot He-Man? Almost. Take Ghostborn out just because it's a guaranteed kill. You ain't one shot in that Pantheon though, man. They are tough. take Ronda out? Yes, we can. Take Arbiter out. Now let's focus back on Pythion. We take him out. We have Gore Crescent on, so it increases my damage by 20%. Plus however many upgrades I have to the Gore Crescent relic. I don't think we can win this one, but we'll try it out real quick. Oh. Oh. I am shocked at that. We'll try the Stars Mariska team. Oop. She's tanky. Ah, fuck you. We could probably stay alive, but I don't think we'll be able to deal enough damage to take Arbiter out before she can revive. Oh, I don't know. Dude, if we just straight up controlled this whole fight, definitely death by 1,000 cuts. That is insanity. No way should we have won that. Yes, Stultus isn't nothing to fret about, but Arbiter mixed with Mariska and Taurus, that's insane. Hmm. Can we get away with this? Maybe. Wow. Cool. We pulled that off. Trash. We might use it. It's got accuracy and speed. Hmm. Maybe on a rebobber like Ancora. That could be a good piece on possibly. And we're already on cooldown. Oh, Warlord, duh. Um, what champions do you have for damage? I could probably help you. I've got some pretty good Hydra teams, but I would need to know what you got to work with. Geo, Ninja, or Boro kind of champs, but not really experienced on Hydra. Uh, Ninja can be good. Oboro can be good if you can keep her alive. Geo is not really a Hydra. He's more for like Iron Twins. What about support? Who would you have to like keep your team alive, buff your team, and also what about debuffers like putting out provoke, decrease speed, decrease defense, stuff like that? Rector Draft is really good. Doom Priest is okay for like cleansing the fears off of your team if you don't have a provoker. The myth, she's a great champion, but you have to like have her booked up and have her speed tuned with the rest of your team, so it's kind of hit or miss with her. But Rector Draft is really good. Um, Oboro can be really good if you can build her gear correctly. Uh, if you wanted to add me on Discord, you could send me a screenshot of your champion list, and I could probably put you together a pretty good team. Ooh, we got a girl. Could not hold up to the steal, though. Even a Duchess, she one shots. That decreased attack's going to hurt. Get out of here. Dude, she even counters Leo. Like, where Leo brings the stone skin, that's what gives him a lot of his survivability. But her A2 ignores stone skin, so even like mid fight, she can just hard counter Leo. Ooh. Oh, damn, that wasn't good. I feel like we could play that better. There we go. That Misty Steps procking like crazy. Yeah, 3 out of 4 times. Didn't proc that time, though. Can we claim any more of our arena tokens? Let's see. I know there's a quest we can do that gives us more, but let's check the Grim Dungeon, Grim Forest, whatever. It just reset today. Wonder if she'll, yeah, oh yeah, she'll definitely solo this. Keep in mind, we only have her A2 booked, so her cooldown on the AoE is still 6 turns. That was close, but she did it. Just basically go through and see if she can solo everything. So far, she's one-shotting everybody, like with ease. Ah, 50-50 didn't go off. It did that time, though. We got to do some tag team as well. Tag team tournament started tonight. But I'm having fun in the arena. I don't really want to quit it. Come on, give him a nuke. Oh, we should have burned off the stone skin on Thor. Oh well. I don't think he's going to one-shot everybody. He can, because she's got unkillable. Does he ignore block damage or unkillable? We need to get that man-eater out of here before he puts unkillable on everybody. Too late. We can just steal it or remove it anyways. So her with no blessings is hitting harder than Luminisci with 5-star. We didn't get her on the pool this time. Can we survive the Cowblack's poison? Man, that didn't do nothing to Cowblack's. He's stanky. Oh, it's because Necrit, he ain't surviving it now. We might have to manual this one, but we'll get it. Can we strip anything? Yes, we can. We can strip it all. But he cleansed it all, sadly. We only get a half-powered nuke. Dude, that's a tanky Death Knight. What's up? What's up? What's up, Expired? How's it going? What's up, Swindler? That Death Knight thought he was going to be tanky. Can't survive this shit. Get out of here with that. Oh, yeah, it's good, man. How's it going on your end? You got your Hydra keys done? Baby, quit whining. Yeah, you. When you say piggy, are you referring to Norog or who are you talking about? Who's the pig? And I'll feel you. I need to get some faster material gear. Expired. Who did you pick as your starter champ, and who did you pick as your promo code champ? Or how new are you when you say you're new? The goat? Oh, Mighty Uko. I've been thinking about building a Mighty Uko with Bolt Free Walker and Sun Wukong and maybe the Rabbit Razzleberg and trying that out in the arena. Oh, that's cool, man. Is there any part of the game that you're trying to focus on the most? Yeah, on paper, he sounds crazy. I haven't built him well enough because I just, anytime I've used him, I didn't want to take the best gear I had off of my main champions. But if I built him out proper, I would probably like him a lot more. And I don't dislike him. I just haven't been able to get his full potential. That's my Discord. Just be sure you put the underscore in it. And yeah, Demon Lord is definitely the best starting point. That's where you're going to get the majority of your books and shards early game, or really even late game. Mythic. Well, at least we got Venom Mage on the pool. All right, I got you. Send me a screenshot. Are you gonna run Tormund with her, or are you just gonna run Hildy by herself? I wish I had the proper gear to run like a high end Noel Sir Nick Hildy Tormund. Since Odin is right here, does that mean he's not going to be up here in the purple this rotation? Yeah, I agree. I don't generally ban Hildy, but I tend to regret not banning her. Dude, 59k on a rare? That's crazy. He must have some crazy gear on him to have 59k on like the team power for a rare. Oh yeah, yeah. That's insanity. Let's see what you're working with. Well, you got Ninja. You got Miscreated Monster. You got Sun Wukong. You got Maki. You got Loki and Ezio. You pick Cal as the starter champ, I'm assuming. You got Dark Elhane, Haptoon. You got Wuji. She's a fun champion. You could definitely put together, and you got Artak. He can solo half the dungeons in the game. I mean, just off of this roster alone, as far as PvE is considered, you could go pretty far. Probably without, well, Ninja can do certain hard mode dungeons, but probably not going to do a whole lot of hard mode dungeons with this roster, at least not without a year of grinding gear. But you could definitely do up to stage 20, if not 25 on certain dungeons, and definitely go fairly far in the arena. Um, I'd recommend for an arena team, personally, I do Maki, Loki, Ezio, and Alice or Xenomorph. They're pretty interchangeable. Like, they do different things, but Xenomorph, I guess, has a little bit more utility because he can be used in Demon Lord. And he was talking about Demon Lord. 1 second, let me keep my arena going. Okay. But yeah, for Demon Lord, I would say it looks like Syl the Drakes is probably going to be your only like genuine healer that's worth taking up. But I would, oh, and you got, I can't remember this dude's name, but he hits pretty hard. He's decent in the arena. But yeah, Syl the Drakes for your healing, Miscreated Monster for your shields and ally protection, because he can keep himself alive. Also, Miscreated Monster can solo quite a few spider levels. Uh, Ezio and Xenomorph for their poisons. Let's see. That leaves one more slot. Syl, Ezio, Xenomorph, Ninja. You need a good debuffer, though. That's really what I'm seeing that's missing off of this is like a debuffer. You've got burns and poisons, though, and you've got decent heal and support revive with Syl. You would do decent with that team just based off of the poisons and burns alone, though. Do you have any souls on your account? Oh, Maki's great. Just, he's more of like a PvP and wave champion. Trying to remember if he brings anything like. Yeah, you could run him in Demon Lord. He brings a decreased attack and a leech. It helped keep your team alive, and the decreased attack would add about 5 turns to how long you would survive. So yeah, that would actually be a pretty good team. You need to make sure that you take them all to 50, if not 60. And run Maki, Xenomorph, Ezio, Ninja, and Syl. With enough gear, you'd be able to do Nightmare with that fairly easy. They need to be level 60 and you need to have decent gear, but you could definitely pull that off. You do what? Oh, I would definitely grind them up to 50. Go to 12-3 campaign hard or brutal, preferably, and just spend like 500 energy and take them to level 50. Yeah, the souls is where you're gonna get your blessings like brimstone or polymorph or in any of those. Cruelty. And yeah, Maki is great. I haven't used him a whole lot myself outside of Faction Wars, but I go up against him a lot in the arena. And more often than not, he's the last man standing on the enemy's team. So he's definitely a really good champion. And he definitely annoys me in the arena. And one of the best indicators that a champion is good is if they annoy the other person in the arena. What kind of gear do you have? Like, how fast can you make a champion? How much crit damage can you get? Damn, that's a big shield. Such a cool champion design. Also, however many, and you probably, if I had to guess, you do have 5-star souls for Maki, Loki, Ezio, a few others. But you have to have them equally ascended to the amount of stars on the souls. So, like, if it's a 5-star soul, they have to be 5-star ascended. So you'll have to grind out the potion keep for that. Uh, this is my speed. For a dungeon, 200 speed is probably okay until you get to like late game dungeons. But those champions on your account, let me look again real quick. You don't really have any turn meter boosters. So, I mean, you got Loki. You one of two routes you could take for arena. Either have Loki as your lead and use him to turn meter boost the rest of your team and bring increased attack, or you could make Ezio your lead and have him poison slash bomb stone skin and be your nuker slash lead at the same time. Outside of that, you could always take Hakatune up, but her turn meter boost is similar to Loki, and Loki does, in my opinion, I just like Loki better than Hakatune. I get more use out of him. Loki makes a decent speed booster. He just doesn't have a speed aura, which Ezio has. But if you put Ezio and Loki on the same team, you can have Ezio in the leader spot, but Loki be your fastest, and you'll still get the speed aura, plus you'll be able to speed boost with Loki himself. One thing I will say that Hakatune does bring, though, here, this girl here that I'm hovering over, she brings a big version of increased speed that I'm not really seeing anywhere else on your out of your list. So I would recommend taking her up to 50 as well. Damn, them stunts are annoying. For Demon Lord, you You got 45 chickens. That would be 12 level 40s. You would get a few. Do you have any 5-star chickens? Because you really do need to have. If you have a 5-star blessing on Loki and put brimstone on him, his misty water passive will keep him alive long enough for you to get the top chest most of the time. Not in ultra nightmare, but up to about nightmare, you could pull that off. Maybe brutal, or definitely brutal, but maybe nightmare. But I would take Loki to 60, Ninja to 60, Ezio 6. I mean, yeah, them three definitely need to go to 60. Loki, Ninja, and Ezio. You've already got Maki at 60 and Xenomorph at 60. But you 100% still the Drakes, because that's where you're going to get your healing and revive from. And she brings decreased speed, which will help you get more turns before the boss attacks you. So yeah, take Syl up to 60 next, I guess. That way you can pair her with Xenomorph and Maki. And Ninja, the burns, as long as the burns can land, it doesn't really matter what he does, you'll get the damage. And he's bringing decreased defense as well. Xenomorph and Ezio bring poisons. Maki is decreased attack and leech, which the leech from Maki will help heal your party as well. So those 5 champions that I listed, Syl, Ezio, Maki, Xenomorph, and Ninja, Loki, he's good at 50, he's better at 60. His passive lets him get through content that most level 50s could not. I use Feast on 5 stars pretty often. And the reason I do is because getting somebody from 4-star to 5-star is not an issue. Hence why you have 45 4-star chickens. It's not an issue to take someone to 5-star, but taking them to 6-star is a whole other ballgame. Definitely, one second. I would recommend Ninja and Syl. Well, it depends. Are you solely focusing on Demon Lord, or do you want to do Arena as well? If it's only Demon Lord, then yeah, Ninja and Syl. But if you want to bring Arena into it, it would be either Ezio and Syl or Loki and Syl. You could definitely save one. If you took Syl up to 60, that would help you out dramatically because she passively heals every time she takes a turn and brings a revive. It's actually who I'm running on my team right now in this Green Forest stage. That being the case, yeah, definitely take Syl up. She'll help you more in PvE than and still in Ninja. Ninja, even on my main account, as you can see, I'm still using Ninja as like in my top 3 damage dealers, even like my in-game account. Ninja is an amazing champion, like one of the best damage dealers in the game, outside of like Nude or like super enemy max HP champions. Yeah, do you have any screenshots of the champions on them and their process? I can help give you a heads up on it or help about it. That's my Discord. Just be sure you put the underscore in the name. It is, but what I will say is until you get to Ultra Nightmare, well, Nightmare you can start seeing some sacreds as well and legendary books. But until you get to Ultra Nightmare, that's when it really gets consistent. And that's the reason I'm leaning into for damage ninja so hard is yeah, I've got a key. Here, I'll show you what my ninja does because I use him on my demon lord as like as is. Oh, that's on my free to play account. Sorry, one second. Let me go to my main here. I don't have keys there. I have some in my inventory though. Okay. These are the numbers that my ninja puts out. I've already done Ultra Nightmare. Already done Nightmare. I haven't done Brutal yet. I'll take Teox off. That way, Ninja is my only damage dealer. And keep in mind, Ninja is weak affinity to this affinity for this like rotation of Demon Lord. But check out the damage she's still gonna put out. He put out 164 million. All you need for the main chest is 21 million. Ninja is definitely, if you're wanting to do Demon Lord, going to be your best source of damage, like leagues ahead of anyone else on that account. And he can also be used in arena as well. He can crowd control with his freeze. Various. He can put out burns to decrease defense. He's got multiple target hitter plus an AOE, and his A1 is one of the hardest hitting A1s in the game. All right, let's see what you're looking at. Oh wow, first one's got Wall Master, amazing, and UDK. Two Durandils, not bad. Wallmaster is one of the best Hydra champions in the game with the AoE enemy max HP and block buffs, and he brings decreased attack. The second account, Rolny is not a mythical that you care about. He is, in my opinion, probably the worst mythical in the game. So that's negligible. The double seal is pretty crazy. You got Calamitous on that third one, though. Calamitous is decent. And Pan the Blowhorn down here. You got Salar. You got Gimbo. He's a good arena nuker. Not as good as he used to be, but he's all right. Calamitous and Ninja and Rhonda, she's okay. With UDK, that's pretty interesting. You've got Apodus on this fourth one with Ninja, Rhonda, and UDK. And then the bottom one, you've got the Pack Master, but no Crockhat to pair him with, so that's negligible. I would lean into either the first one, because Wallmaster is going to take you to the very end of Hydra, or the second one, because Calamitous is a pretty great champion. And they both have Ninja, they both have UDK. That top one has Darendil, though. He's the hardest hitting epic in the game. He hits harder than most legendaries. For PvP, I would go with the third one. For PvE, I would go with the top one. Yeah, that would and expired, that would probably benefit you the most about what you're telling me and what you're trying to do. Take Ninja to 60, take Syl to 50, but make her HP as high as you could possibly get it. If you're wanting to do PvE mainly, then yeah, that top account, because Wallmaster can. Yeah, let me show you what Wallmaster can do real quick. All right, this is where you're gonna get all. Sorry, wrong account. Let me exit out of this. This is where you're gonna get all of your accessories from, Spotter. This is hard mode 10. Take everybody out. Throw Wallmaster in. Where is he? There he is. This is solo Wallmaster on Spotter 10 hard. Yeah. So as you can see, he can solo the hardest stage of Spider, which multiple champions can do that, but that's a very efficient way to not only do Spider, but to get the Gear Hunter tournament done. And he's really good in Sand Devil. If you have Ascensions on him, he's really good in Shogun Grove. He's just all around good everywhere. In Hydra, I used them on my one of my main Hydra team with Geralt, but he put out 110 mil in Hydra, which is not bad at all. When the chest is only 36 mil and he by himself is putting over 100 mil into it, that's pretty good. So yeah, if you're just wanting to do PvE, I would probably go with that top account. Yeah, literally the first one. And if you do decide that you want a PvP, just put Sun Wukong and UDK side by side, throw Durandal in there, and still the Drakes, and you'll have you a decent PvP team. UDK and Sun Wukong can get you to like the late mid game PvP just by themselves, like just them two champions. And Durandal down here, do not empower him into himself. Build both of them up, use them as faction guardians, and use them in a lot of like PvE situations as well. They're very hard hitting champions. Yeah, it shouldn't take you more than 15 minutes to get them to 50, maybe not even that long. If you've got good enough gear on them to where, or if you've got a really quick campaign farmer champion, it shouldn't take you no time. Oh, you took my little Miss Annie. I got to put somebody with higher crit damage. Pretty sure campaign farmer expired. Oh, okay. Yeah, she's a really good farmer. You got any legendary books? That's a good decision. Um, it takes generally like around 8 to 12 books to book your average legendary. So I would hold off on the books until you figure out who you really like the most, anyways. Well, as far as epics go, I would definitely book up Haikatoon and take her on up to 50. But that's like not your top priority, but definitely something you should do soon. I'm going to come back to this when I get some more power cards. So, Dolphy, are you going to go with that first account? Yeah, and Hakatoon is definitely one you want to take to 50. She's normally pretty good at 50 because what she's bringing, you don't need her to be 60. At level 50, you're still going to get the same speed aura you would at any other level. She brings the big version of increased speed no matter what level she is. You just really want her to be fast. Faster than everyone else in your party. That way she can get the speed up on everybody and fill their turn meter. Oh, I didn't see the second page, Doffy. Hang on a second. Let me look through them. Need to check the index real quick. I was looking at Androck because he is a really good champion, but you really need to be like in. I mean, you can get good use out of him at any point in the game, but he really shines if you have like other really good champions to pair him with. So I'd still say go with that first one. What do you mean it got flagged? I've never heard of that. What does that mean? I don't even know how you would cheat in this game. They've already said that you're fine to do third party like auto click, like RSL Lite, RSL Helper, stuff like that. So yeah, I don't even know what would be considered cheating in this game. And to be honest, I like Wallmaster better than Trunda. Trunda, in order, yeah, she can, out her and Tatis, they can put out the highest Hydra numbers in the game. But you have to have a crap ton of high-end champions with crazy gear to get those type of points out of Hydra. Whereas Wallmaster, you can just plug and play, put them in a halfway decent gear set, book them up. You know, you need to have them booked, but book him up and he's good to go. It doesn't really matter who else is on the team with him. Just throw somebody on there to help keep him alive. I don't know on that one, man. I've never heard of that. That is crazy, though. I've never heard of that. That sucks. I haven't heard of that either, where they increase the game speed. What app does that, or like what program does that? I wouldn't chance it on my account, but I am curious. Like I've never heard of that. So you were just trying to like change your email and it flagged you? I I'm able to talk to the devs on this like chat app here that I have on my account. I only have it on this account. I don't have it on my other ones. But I've been able to help people get their accounts fixed if something went wrong in the past. I mean, if you wanted, if it's something like, if you feel unjust about it, I could put a word in about it. I don't know if it would get anything done, but I used to have a buddy who he got locked out of being able to collect rewards from any of the tournaments. And he tried messaging them and they wouldn't respond. And then I sent him a message and within like 2 hours they had it fixed. Yeah, I've never seen an account get banned either. I didn't even know that that was a thing. I'm grabbing a drink. 1 second. I'll be right back. Oh, I'm sure. I know during this last event, tons of people were just re-rolling accounts because they were giving out free ancients and free prism shards, stuff like that for all accounts, but you could re-roll an account and just get it on day one, basically. You only had to like take the accounts to level 10 or 11, and you could do that literally in like 5 or 10 minutes. So I'm sure a lot of people made accounts to sell during that period last week. Yeah, y'all are talking about stuff I've never heard of. I've never heard of people getting refunds on here either. Oh, that might have if they asked you to send them the info, the country of origin and stuff, and you didn't respond back, that they might have thought that you had like unjustly acquired the account. I could see that maybe. I mean, that sucks, but I could definitely see them looking at it that way. I mean, maybe, maybe not. You could, I mean, it's only $18 for that account you're looking at. So, I mean, you could always buy that account and still play the one in the background. And whichever account's better at the end of the month, just make that your main. Oh, we finally made it through Brutal. We got to go and touch up a couple of stars on these two stages, and then we'll have a sacred shard to pull. Yeah, I've never that's a new one on me as well. I'm gonna Google real quick what is like feeding and raid, like what that would even be look like. Like what is suspicious activity in raid shadow legends? Like what does that even mean? Hey, this is exactly what you're talking about. It's from 2019 though, but it says for months now, whenever I try to redeem a promo code, I get a message saying my account has been flagged for suspicious activity despite playing and paying since 2019. Oh, it's not from 2019. He made the account 2019. It's from January the 21st of this year. It is because sometimes I play on the PC, iPhone, Android, tablet, where I'm at. I just send in another ticket and never got a reply. I can do everything in the game but play, but this message is frustrating. Fortunately, it'd have to be clarified by support. We can't assist via the forum on these kinds of matters. So it doesn't look. It doesn't look like it really means anything because that guy said on his message, and it was 3 months ago, that he's still playing the account. It just appears that mess on that message when he tries to put in a promo code. But he said it still plays fine. It's just annoying or frustrating, is what he said. It, was that sarcasm or are you being serious about the Russia thing? And yeah, I agree. Most of the time, the promo codes are below mid. They're normally just like 100K silver, a free energy refill, and like 20 multi battles. And they only give them out like every couple of weeks. So it's really not that much. I mean, they're nice, but they're not nothing worth freaking out about. Only like twice have I ever seen them put like a champion in a promo code. And that was if you missed out on Ninja. They ran a second Ninja event a year or two ago. That may be the only time. Okay, I'll check it out. Well, you got FedEx, correct to drive. Would you? You got Mistrider, Dothy, and Duden. Duden's great. He's basically an epic ultimate Death Knight. Like, he's an epic version of UDK. The myth is really good, but you need a like a man eater or somebody to pair with her to make a infinite demon lord team. But you got one half of the demon lord, the infinite demon lord team, the one that it just never died that goes till the turn meter. But to be honest, getting Wallmaster and Durandil, I feel like would be better than Shrunda and any of these other myth or epics. I mean, Shrunda's a great champion, but I just feel like Wallmaster is a better champion personally. I would just go ahead and get that Wallmaster account and then play them both throughout the month, and whichever one you like better, a month from now, just kind of go with that one, or keep them both playing on the side. Hell, I run 3 to 4 accounts at all times. I have my main free to play, my main account, and then I run 2 free to plays anytime they add like a new player promo code, like a new player promo code. And whenever they get to level 50, I give them away. But I would assume it RIP'd on the primals, or else there'd be a primal or a mythical on it. I'm not a fan of the primal shards, man. They're they seem like I get nothing but rares out of them. Almost every time I've got a mythical, it was from Mercy. And it sucks paying $6 a shard to get rares. Like it sucks to pay $6 for a 3-star chicken, especially when you buy like 50 or 100 of them, and you get like one mythical, one legendary, and then a bunch of 3 and 4-star chickens. When you can just get ancient shards for like a, a little over $1 a pop. Even voids are only like $2.50, $3 a piece. Well, the other CCs are talking like they're expecting a 2x on primals sometime in the near future. So, and I could see them running a 2x on primals at the end of this like Assassin's Creed event. So I would definitely hold off on them until then. Well, that's like a about a 25% chance. That's a 1 in 4 odds. I mean, it's not great, but it's not like pulling its standard. Same. I got the one primal that I got from that anniversary pack today. The free one. Well, guys, I'm gonna have to get off here. I gotta get in bed. I gotta work in the morning. Thanks for watching, though. It's fun talking to y'all. If y'all need have any more questions or anything else about raid or whatever, hit me up. I'm normally on every night. So I'll see y'all later. Y'all have a great night.